Hey guys, we are live. Stephen B here. Just a long day, but guess what? We're here, and there's not much to say about being positive about this series against the Blue Jays. I got a few thoughts. I know a lot of people on different streams been saying the same thing. The team's done. They don't. They look lost. They look. They don't look focused. And to them, I say you're absolutely right. A lot of this is self-made. Looks like they celebrated way too early when they beat the Red Sox. Like I said on the Pinstripe Chronicles earlier, looks like they beat the Red Sox and they thought it was World Series, but no, they just want to say, okay, we won against the Red Sox, we won against in the wild card, but now they look lost, they look not focused, they're not taking pitches, they're not doing much of anything today in the last two games. To me, if I had it my way, guess what? I would be benching a few of these guys. Wake up call. And here's Jonathan. You good to go, Jonathan? Okay, perfect. I'll bring you right up.
Uh,
Hey, Jonathan. Not much to be positive about, but
no, no,
like,
not much. The Yankees have big problems on their hands. One mistake I think they made from the very beginning is not putting Yarborough on this team. As
yep, and
Yarborough had so much success against the Blue Jays that I think he earned that alone earned his at least his chance to be on this team, and I would have taken away Warren at his place.
I could see like both. I could see both places, but I think we should have had a second lefty, longer reliever just besides Tim Hill. I really don't consider the other two guys that much better than Yarborough, to be honest.
Well, I think the Yankees have been using too much analytics. They need to. I know it's part of the game, but they need to either find people who know how to use them better, or just get rid of them altogether, or at least try not to rely on them so much.
Yeah, no. I've been the NCT card's been saying that forever. Like there's a line where there's statistics, but you gotta also go by the field of game. And sometimes the field of games makes you usually turns out better than with the analytics. And look at like for example, Slip where in game three, statistically he should have been out after the seventh inning, but Boom went with them for another inning and he rewarded them with that.
Well, he also pitched very well, didn't he?
Yeah, no, and I think taking Gill out too early was a mistake too on game one. I know he didn't have it with him, but I think they should have just started free. The extra day of rest should have killed them.
Well, that's another problem with the choices. You never know if a guy needs more rest or less rest. But Freed was, I don't know, he was just not really the same after the injury. Yes, he had a few good. He would have benefited from more rest after the All-Star game. Maybe
Yeah,
another week or two.
I said, I think me and you, I think we're on when we were talking to Jason's chat before. I think me and you both said it should have been an IL stat to give
Yeah.
them extra time.
He should have done a 10-day IL after the All-Star break and just let him relax, recover.
Yeah,
The 10-day IL plus another 5 days for an All-Star break, that would have given him a 15-day break.
yeah, no, and I think that would have been a smart move, or they could even retroactive it when it happened right before the All Star break. You could have done it right at like the day before All Star. That way, you only missed one start. I mean, there was different ways you could
Yeah,
have went about it.
yeah, that way it would have been smarter, and I think Freed would have benefited from it.
I think another thing we should have benefited was having Weaver not just get tossed up like right after the hamstring, and they ever
Yeah,
since he came back.
Weaver after that hamstring injury should have been on the IL. That's another problem the Yankees have had is they haven't been very good at diagnosing injuries fast enough.
Look at what they did to Leiter Jr. And I'm not a big fan of him, but he was
It's not
pitching.
just Leiter Jr. They did that
Yeah,
to
to
so many
both
different players. They did it to Rizzo. It ended Rizzo's career.
Rizzo. They did it to Volpe this year. He's been playing with a hurt shoulder for
Yeah,
over half the year. They
yeah.
had they had DJ who's probably with an injury too. There's been a lot of things, and I've been saying they need to fix the medical staff because
Well, look, if you treat your players like this and you know don't diagnose the injury when it happens, why would anybody want to come here and play for you?
no, that was my point of getting into there. And I do want to shout out before we keep on going. I do want to shout out two people. I know Dev's birthday was on the second of this thing, to give him a happy birthday because I forgot to say it the last time I was out in the stream. And there's also another birthday today. Ken from the Ugly Truth, his birthday's today. Happy birthday, Ken! I know I said I would tell you. I'll shout it out for you. So there's your shout
I
out.
wasn't aware it was his birthday.
I just found out a couple like an hour or two ago, so I did because I do text him here and there. But I did want to say happy birthday to him and hoping it was a good one. Um,
Yeah,
but now we can go
I'm
back to
sure
it.
he had a good time, whatever he did today.
He said he's going out with family. That's what I got told. So I hope he has a fun with the family.
I'm guessing he's home
But
right now.
probably. But I did tell him I was going live. I would shout him out if he's not out there. If you could come on if you wanted to. But
Well,
I
he's.
just wanted.
I'm guessing you go on too late. I don't know where you're streaming from. What part?
I'm on. I'm in the East Coast, like with you, Jonathan. I'm in Connecticut. I know you're in New York.
Yeah,
We're
yes, I remember. Now I remember you. We talked about that.
it's Yeah, no, we could talk about the thing. It's just like I do HVAC, so it's like getting in and out. Then I had this. I mean, I would have came on a little bit earlier, but unfortunately, I finally got to go get the my got to go bring back the cat back for with and a, from the bring the ashes back from recreation. So
Sorry about the cat.
oh, it's okay, Jonathan. I have dogs. I have cats. I've been taking care of my grandma's cat for about 7 years since like 18, and they were all feral, and she took them all in. And then something happened, so we ended up with three of them. I've been taking care of them for them for 3 years, no, over 7 years. Um, One of them has been really sick. And one got after they got sick after the other one passed. So I've been dealing with both of those the last two, like last week, and nothing could go right.
So
But
do you think there's any hope in this series for the Yankees?
yes, I do, and here's what. I'm not optimistic, but there is hope, and I'm logical. If Rodon gives a good game out tomorrow, and the bullpen can shut it off, and we can win one game, okay, we got a series out of it. And if Schittler can come out pitching like he did last game against the Blue Jays, then it will be a series this time and going back to the Blue Jays. But they have to show up, they have to be focused, and they have to show that they don't want to let the thing go like they get it to the Red Sox. I think the first game, the Red Sox game, was a wake up call, but I don't. I think they did that. So what I think they need to do is I want to see Rodon go 5 or 6, or go 6 or 7 innings, two runs or less. Offense scores 3 or 4 runs. Get and let the bullpen go with that and just play solid defense like we've been. Hey Susan, hey Beagle.
What
That's what.
what move do you think the Yankees could make if they don't if they lose this series?
Um, I see a couple of things. I see some coaching changes. I don't think they're going to get rid of Boone, which I really think needs to happen.
Yeah.
But they have him. So my guess is they're going to use a lame thing. They're going to probably get rid of the third base coach. I wouldn't be surprised if they go get rid of another hitting coach, even though it's their philosophy.
So if Boone was replaced, who would you like him to be replaced with?
Um, to me, uh, there's like only a handful of guys that I really would want. Um, this is all hypothetical, Susan, but if I had it my way, if they were to, if they were somehow to get rid of Boone, my first move would probably see if I can get Donnie Baseball back as a manager or a
Okay.
Posada type. But from what
I
I hear,
I honestly don't think Don Mattingly would ever be
come
hired
back.
as the manager. I personally, who I would choose, I would like someone, maybe Jose Molina. I
I
think
think
he would be a good manager.
I think what they're doing, I believe Jose told the Cardinals, give him a couple of years, he will come back and be the manager. I think that's why they're.
That was Yadier, not Jose, his brother.
Plus, yeah, he would have been a great one.
Yeah, but
What I really,
I think a guy like Jose Molina would be a good manager for the Yankees.
the
And
guy I really want,
he was with the Yankees for a year, so
yeah,
he has some experience in New York.
I really like Posada. Honestly, that would be my
Posada would be
ideal.
good, but I honestly do not think they would ever hire anybody that's already in Monument Park. They won't do that because they don't want to tarnish their legacy if they have to fire them.
Well, you know what, Jonathan? This is why I think you gotta. I don't really like that idea. I mean, yeah, but if there's people can differentiate from the hitter to the manager. There's a big difference. We can see that by
Yeah,
our own eyes.
obviously they're the difference, but that's not the way the Yankees think. If George Steinbrenner was around, I'm sure Boone wouldn't have lasted past last year.
I don't even think he would have lasted. I think he would have been gone by 2023 if George was here.
Probably.
And I
George
would actually,
Steinbrenner would not have tolerated last year's loss in the World Series. It was the utmost. That was probably one of the most humiliating losses that the Yankees have ever had in the World Series.
I would say that's what I think is the out of all those things. I think that is I, that Susan. I actually don't mind Beltran as a manager, but then you have the only thing you have to worry about is are they going to try to give it having them like for the suspicion of cheating again every time something goes the Yankees way. So that's the only thing I say about Beltran. But he is a good player. Thing I really honestly I heard out wants to be a hitting coach would be interesting. Jonathan Manny Ramirez.
Well, Manny Ramirez is
I know he's out there.
yeah, Manny Ramirez is probably not coming to New York.
No, actually, I heard he might be going to the Mets. Believe it or not,
Maybe the Mets.
that's what I.
The Mets are at the point where they're taking everybody who wants to go there.
Yeah,
The Mets.
I would have.
The Mets got so. I had a feeling they weren't going to do very much when they spent all their time and money on one player.
So,
You
yep.
cannot win with one player.
No, it's definitely one of those. Um, I honestly wanted Francona for a while. When I saw him with the Red Sox, I really liked him as a manager, even though he's faced it.
I don't know
But no,
when did Frank Corner become available after when he was
it would have
not.
been it would have been the perfect time would have been last year. It would have been last year after the World Series. He could have moved on and because he was available before he signed with the Reds.
Well,
That was that would
maybe that may have been a good
that was
choice,
it.
but
Yeah, no, it's just to me. I look at the whole thing, and it's the accountability is like I
yeah,
think
there is no accountability, and that is one
we
reason why the Yankees have struggled because nobody is accountable.
and then the other thing is they have too many people in analytics that have been there for over 20 years. I think it's time
They
to.
have too many people in the front office that have been there for years.
I
I,
think
I
you need
would
a.
just get rid of everybody. I would, if the Yankees want to keep Cashman, they can keep Cashman. Get rid of everybody under him. They
I would
need
honestly.
they need a better way, a more updated way of thinking. They're still thinking like it's 1998.
Honestly, to me, what I look at it, I would say get rid of. If I was to do this whole thing like you're saying, I would keep Cashman. Say, hey, Cashman, this analytic team needs to be. If I was Hal, this is what I would say. Cashman, this analytic team is go analytics are going too much. We are making moves that every media says they shouldn't be making. You can hear it in the games. We see the fans are saying the same thing. I would say, Cashman, we're gonna have to blend this stuff together. We need to get different guys in here, and we're gonna use real baseball minds, and we're gonna use analytics. But we're gonna give them the stats. They get to choose. That's how I would do it, like they kind of did with Giardi. He knows the statistics, but they do that, and I would get different guys from in the analytics to look at that, and I would also get a guy. I would have a whole set of different analytic team just for batting because they're not looking at it properly to me because
Well,
you're seeing people.
I honestly don't think they should have let Girardi go so quickly.
I understand where they came from. I think they needed a new voice, but I didn't think it was Boone's.
No,
I think I think if they were to go,
I would have tried Tony Pena before Boone.
I would have done Pena. I liked their bench guy. That's the Phillies manager.
Rob Thompson.
Rob Thompson was a good guy. All the guys that could actually do these things. Those are the guys I looked at, and I thought those were the best coaches we had, and they let them go. They
Yeah,
taught the game the right way, and that's what kills this team. All I see when I watch these games is
it's not only that. It's that they passed on Harper. They passed. Harper was the number one guy who wanted to come to New York, and they passed on him. Imagine if they needed lefty bats in the lineup at that time.
I think I think it's a part of the thing. Part of the problem is they traded for Stan, they gave up nothing. Then they say, "Well, we don't need anyone." But Harper said he was willing to play first base, and we didn't have a first baseman at the time. I wanted Harper for the longest time, and I just saw he was going to be a free agent. I wanted him as a Yankee fan because I
Yeah,
saw how good
he would have helped the Yankees, and I think he could have made a difference last
I
year.
think I think we would have saw it. I honestly, if we had Harper, I think to myself with all the teams we have, like in the from when we had from like the what was it, free agent at like 14 or 13. I just don't remember how long ago it was for Harper.
He was a free agent after I think 2016.
So if he was in 16, I think it could have helped the 17-year the Yankees in the 17 and 18. That could have been two different years that we could have possibly won a World Series with him being just on the roster because he's that clutch in the off season.
Yeah.
And that makes that lineup a lot more scarier too with Judge and Harper. That makes it like a big dynamo duel right there.
Well, that's one of the many mistakes that they made. Along with they had opportunities to get Machado, which I understand why they didn't get him. They had a chance to get Corey Seager. They had a chance to trade Volpe for a good player.
They had to deal with the Washington, but the Nationals didn't like Volpe. compared to Peraza that for Soto before they got traded.
Well, I guess I don't know.
It's one of those weird things where we could have had it. I thought that also there's where we could have traded Volpe also for the Mariners East. What was it?
Uh,
That has a bit.
it starts with an L. That guy. Oh,
There was a few guys.
Brian Wu.
No, it wasn't Brian Wu. It was
Was
the couple, the Reds guy
Luis,
that
Luis
yeah, Luis Castillo.
Castillo.
So yeah, we could have had
I thought
him.
there was a deal with Torres for Castillo.
It was I believe the deal was Volpe was included in the deal. But that's a whole different one. Yeah, Susan, he did battle out the Yankees as other players. He's up. We could have had him. Yeah, I definitely like Harper, Susan. That's one guy that I really wish the Yankees did get. He'd be a perfect fit right now, playing the outfield and in first base. Versatility. And you know what's kind of funny? You know, I told you about my friend told you about the baseball league, Jonathan. That time he came up last weekend or 2 weekends ago.
You have to
My
remind me.
because I had we have a baseball draft for all that.
Yeah,
We actually
you mentioned that you had a fantasy.
yeah. So this one's back in the '70s. We actually drafted Bruce Harper for first pick for that. That was first drafted. So we got to draft him. We had him for the year for that. He came up so quick. It was awesome. But that's the guy I really wanted for the Yankees to get.
Well, they should have gotten him.
Yeah, and then there's
Last year's team with Hopper on it, they probably would have won the World Series.
probably I don't even know if we make the deal with Soto though. That's the question. If
No,
that
maybe
was
not. Maybe not. But Hopper would move to first base, so they could have.
yeah yeah yeah. And then the other thing is this whole thing. There's not really much the team can really do unless they're willing to move players.
Well, they need to move. They need to move players. They need to make a lot of choices. The Yankees have a lot of Rule 5 guys they need to either protect or trade, or they're going to get rid of. They have many players available that I can think of at least 5 players they need to protect in the Rule 5 draft. The rest of them are trade bait, or they're going to get picked up in the Rule 5 draft.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the one main one is the two guys we're thinking of. I think needs to be off the bat is Elmo Rodriguez Cruz, and then LaGranger for pitchers. Those two are the top two.
There's also Lalane is another one.
I don't know if anyone's gonna.
I have a list right there. I can let me get the list. I'll tell you what guys I chose.
Yeah, Beagle. I think we're all in agreement that it needs some shakeup, and I think the first thing I would do, and I think Susan would probably be happy. Trade Volpe.
For me, I chose keep Spencer Jones, Chase Hampton, Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. I would keep T.J. Bumsfield for first base. I also like the guy. He's probably not going to be. He's not going to be kept. But Harrison Cohen was another good relief pitcher. He's a little older. They have a guy named Jeffrey Gilbert who did very well in High A, along with Matt Keaton and Alan. This guy from Venezuela, Alan Facudo, and Henry Lalane. So, out of those guys, I think they're gonna protect Jones, Hampton, Cruz, and Lalane.
That's my guess. My guess is probably at least four of them. And honestly, I think if I'm the Yankees, I think I'd start maybe. I think Volpe needs a change of scenery. I mean,
I don't think Volpe should be the shortstop. I think I think sometime next year, if George Lombard can ever improve his game, he's gonna take over. I don't think Volpe is a long-term shortstop.
Susan, you know what I do with I know we're talking about the with the rice. Um, I honestly,
Rice
I
could catch.
I see Rice playing some catcher. I see them playing some first base. I can see them giving days off, like a DH. I think that he's going to be like giving guys. I think his role would probably be playing first, um, playing some catcher, it's DHing, giving Stan a couple days off. That's what I really see Rice as.
I don't think Lombard is gonna be traded. I think that's one of Cashman's untradables unless they can get Paul Skeens.
That's the only guy they were willing to trade him, and they said they were going to give Jones and Lombard at the deadline, but nothing came of it because they really weren't trading them. I do think I would probably see if I could do an extension with Bednar.
Bednar has another year left.
Yeah, I know he does, but it might be a good idea to just lock him up for a little bit because he's.
Well, that's the one thing the Yankees never do. They never think ahead, and they don't lock up pitchers, players, anybody. They don't do that.
I know, but that's one guy I wouldn't want to let go to free agent because that guy is going to be definitely worth it. The guy knows how to close and he knows that gives that open the what we haven't had in a long time. A fiery guy that can get stuff done once the ball doesn't want to ever give it the ball up. I really like that guy. Yeah, no, Susan. There's definitely a way where I look at it where I see I see Cashman. There's certain players I would keep, and there's certain players I wouldn't try to. Cashman has to find that line where I guess to make that find that line where if he knows if these guys develop, he's getting something better than what they can develop, and that's what they got.
Well, there's one other pitcher they have in AAA that I'd like, but I don't think they're gonna keep him in the Will-Fi draft, and that's Brendan Beck.
No, I might see him. Depends what Cashman
I don't
thinks.
think I think they have better options. That's why I left him off the 40-man roster. My 40-man roster.
Vigo, I honestly I want Bellinger. I just want Bertram. I think I gave Bertram the Q qualify. I want offer let him go somewhere else.
I would also do that. I would give Grisham a qualifying offer, and if he doesn't take it, he'll walk. Because the Yankees have so many outfielders, you're gonna replace Grisham with Jones. Yes, Jones needs to cut down on his strikeouts, and that's
Spencer.
Learn. But
Spencer Jones, yeah.
But just look at the way he did in his playoffs. He wasn't he's not good under pressure.
Same with I look at these guys. The only ones that look like they're good under pressure, and I hate to say it, Stanton. Judge is over swinging. He's trying to make something out of nothing. He needs to let the ball, let him take the walks. Force these guys.
Well, that's the problem, and that's the mistake that Judge hasn't learned from. He hasn't learned to just relax his mind, say this is another game, and just play the game. The Yankees are swinging at too many balls early in the count, and you saw I'm sure you saw the game. They got that the other pitcher was getting out of the count with 6 and 7 pitches per inning.
Yeah, no, that's honest.
You cannot win a game if you're not making the pitchers pitch every pitch that pitcher made was either it didn't make the pitcher work. I guarantee that if some of those pitch at bats were not even swung at, some of them would have been out of the zone and walked. That's
To me, and that's what it comes down to focus. They have to work the count, and we worked it so good against the Red Sox. Even though we lost the first game, we still walked. We worked Crochet, but we just didn't have the result. I mean, to me, this first series, I was looking at the numbers. I was looking at watching the game. I was looking, and I went out to do stuff. I still had the thing. I was looking at the pitching. And I'm like, what the heck? Why aren't they working it like the Red Sox? Because if we did that, if we played half the way we played against the Red Sox against these Blue Jays teams, we would have won. At least we would have split the game. Wouldn't be panicking about loser game. This team, if they have it in them, we're going to see a 3-game winning streak. But I don't have faith in them. I think we can get 2 games. I really don't see the 3rd game.
yeah.
I really don't. If they can prove me wrong, I won't say anything about them for the rest of the playoffs. But to me, I look at this team and the players they have is not the players. I really think it's a managing issue, and everyone's been saying the same thing. And I don't want to beat it like is to a horse, but they're too relaxed. They're not focused. They have no game plan against Vlad. I just look at the team and go, or Springer, they don't have a game plan against these 2 guys.
And the Blue Jays have a game plan against Judge. The game plan against Judge is not to give him anything to hit. That's the same game plan the Yankees need to do with Vlad. Don't give him anything to hit. And the Yankees are giving him everything to hit. They're not being cautious, because if they just walked Vlad in every at bat, they probably would have won 1 more game.
Yeah, no, Susan, the ball is crazy, and that's why I kind of when I look at that, I would have took Volpe out because I think Jose Cabrera would have played better at shortstop because he's used to playing like at the Trop because that's a turf field too. That's one of the things.
I will probably get going.
Yeah, no, but
Thank
thanks,
you.
Jonathan. No, anytime, Jonathan. Like I said, anytime you have my number, so you can always text me and ask me when I'm gonna go on.
Yeah, you go on later than I like, so.
Yeah, oh no, I'm trying
I
to.
usually can give you a few minutes, but not too much.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get it for the weekends to be. I'm trying to go earlier. That I'm just dealing with so much stuff. It's not even funny.
I understand. So we'll talk another time.
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you in the chats tomorrow. You're gonna be on Hector's.
I'll try to see if I have time to join. Maybe I'll get on, but they don't open the panel very often anymore. They used to do it every week, and now they don't.
I've seen Hector. He said he's gonna be changing that. It's just been a little crazy for them.
Yeah, I think Hector's been working a lot, so he's been at the stadium. But he hadn't done an open panel in at least more than a month.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. I next time I see him if I see him on TikTok, I'll mention it for us.
Yeah, I am not on TikTok. That's one of the. I haven't gotten any. I haven't gotten past Face. I just do Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I don't want any more social media.
Yeah, no.
I'm too many.
I'll just tell you this. That's kind of cool that Hector does. He actually he's been on Yankee Stadium. He actually interviewed Jose. He interviewed a few guys right on the live stream, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
But and he's been
Well, I'm just saying I'm Hector, and I think you are both younger than me. So
Yeah,
TikTok is more for the people that are under 40.
I'm 35. I'm not that much younger than you, Jonathan. But yeah, no, I'm just letting you guys know that's he's actually been into both Yankee Stadium and Met Stadium. Um, the cool thing about that is he actually been in both dugouts, and they actually showed like where you get the media and everything like on there. So it's really kind of cool. That's all I was gonna say. But
All right. Thank you, and I'll let you
uh,
go.
have a good one,
All right.
Jonathan. Okay, yeah, I don't. We're back. Um, yeah, I know. I don't. TikTok's not my favorite thing either, Susan. Believe it or not, I just do it for some funny laughs more for me because there's some really good stuff out there. I think John the Beagle knows for one. When I sent him that funny video the other day, we were laughing. But I do think the Yankees do have a better chance of if they can win these next two games and if they can play like they did do that. And yeah, no, Susan, I don't blame you for not having TikTok. It gets addicting, and I only have an X account for this account. I only have a few guys. I just tweet for like just do the X. I only do it for just to say if we're live, so people knows that it's the same thing. I don't like Twitter. I don't really ever go on it. It's just when I do that. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Beagle. I'll add you. We can I'll tell you how after stream or something like that. If you want to even come on, Beagle, I'll let you. Anyone wants to come on, no big deal. But Yankees do need to have their bullpen playing better. Another thing that I'll look you up, Beagle. I have mine. You can search my if you search on Facebook my number, Beagle. You can always it'll probably pop my number, my cell phone number I gave you is hooked up my Facebook, so you could hook that up. You can look me up on that way. I have Facebook too, Susan. If you're still in the chat, I'm friends with Desire. I have Press the Flash on there, and I have a couple other guys. I had CT before deactivated too, so we're all yeah. I'll look you up, Beagle, or I'll send you a link. I'll send you a screenshot for what I have for what to look for me. We'll worry about in the morning. It's not a big deal. I figured that. Yeah, Susan, I am on Facebook too, so I will. I'm on. If you look on Desire, if you look for the Stephen B with a last name that ends with SKI, that's me. I'm have Desire on there, and I have Crystal Flash on there too. So I'm on Facebook. I will make a thing for this on Facebook. So when I do, I will let you guys know about it. I just trying to I'll make a group one for this, just so you guys can have talking. If people want to add people on there, right? Make it easier. So I know we have a Discord chat for that. I know it's under CT. Anyone's allowed that. I just do a lot of fun stuff on. I try to do some fun stuff, and the other thing I do kind of cool that I don't like to say much is there's actually a game on there where there's like a dog you can adopt, and actually you play on it, and if you get these certain things, they actually Chewy sends out free 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 treats for these dogs in these rescue shelters. So I always try to do that before I go to bed, and they actually help. They help them feed. They not the specific dog. They give it to all the ones that they are at the shelter. So it's really kind of cool. That's something I do. I just started doing recently. I have up to like 10 adopted dogs on that from the game, but just something a little. I give you guys something little what I try to do. Um, it's actually a good game. I'll post a video and then I think I will upload a little something from my house from when I picked my dogs up a couple weeks ago from that I'll upload it onto this. It's a small 10-second clip, so you can see a couple of my huskies I have. Is just something one of those things I did take a video of. My other one I was gonna show got screwed up somehow by my phone, but there's a lot of different stuff going on. It's just that I'm just hoping we can have a great community and we'll keep on playing this stuff. And when it gets to what the off season starts, I'm picking up will be good. And when it's dead, we'll have open panels at any time. We don't have to talk that. We can talk anything. Like I said, this thing's here for you guys. Anything if you want to talk about, like I do, we do a lot of fun. I'm open for anything. Anything's like open on, and these are for this channel just for anyone that can come on and wants to talk about everything, anything. That's why I said it's because that's what me and CT do because we like hearing other people and giving people's opinions on there. We're just we're trying to make this a nice big community for you, all of you guys, to have different things so you can voice your opinions and frustrations. And yes, Susan, we all want we want to both be off the team, me and CT. I'm ready to translate to basketball too. I like doing I was born in 1990, so kind of the thing I like to do is when I watch like the watch UConn Huskies men and women's basketball because that's the state I'm in. I grew up in with Jim Calhoun's dream season, and I got to see Gino win it. That's what I've been doing. I stayed up for the first year they won the NCAA in 1999. My parents scolded me. Yeah, pre-season game on Saturday. That's awesome, Susan. Basketball is one of my favorite sports too. I just can't watch it because I played so many basketball games during growing up. I know all these fouls, and I just look at them and the refs just let them play or let it. They're calling these fouls that aren't even fouls because basketball kind of got soft. It's just one of those things to me where things just go crazy. And then there's the footballs playing on. I don't really watch a lot of NFL games because it just, to me, became too much. And I just said enough's enough. Even though that yeah, Beagle, they did a lot of things to the women. A lot of these players, if you watch the WNBA, they're full of a lot of UConn and Duke in North Carolina, and I believe um, players. You could see Caitlin getting fouled left or right. They're not calling it, but they call it so a easy flop, a foul on her. It's just not. It's just I watch. I know what's going on with the WNBA. I mean, Susan, I watched all these a lot of these things. Yeah, the Nets will be good again, Susan. It's just going to take a little bit, like any NBA team, and the WNBA has a lot of good ones. I know. I think Hector actually covers the Liberty, so that's something interesting to see. I know it's a he's doing a lot of cool stuff in the background. Hey Dev, what's up? Is it? I did promise that I did say happy birthday because I know we didn't get to go on your birthday date on October 2nd, but I did say that in the beginning Dev for you. I made sure I did say that, and it's Ken's birthday too. Like I said, it's been a really fun. Uh, Berkeley Center is really nice. Yeah, a lot of Barclays Center. Yeah, a lot of these players are really cool, and I do watch a little bit of the NBA, but I'm not a huge NBA player things. I like to see like I think I told NFD before, not on camera, but a lot of the guys I used to watch, UConn players. I always see how they're doing. So like some of these guys in the NBA, like Richard Hamilton was really good for the Pistons for a while. I got to see Ray Allen. The coolest thing with the '99 team is that there's a guy named Edmund Saunders. There's a little story for you guys. I was actually back in middle school. Had a we had a basketball camp at my middle school at the time, and he was there for the day. So he asked me to dunk when they had the little kids ones down. So I did dunk on it. It was pretty cool. Um, St. John's is a good UConn and St. John's is a good rivalry, Susan. But the cool thing about this story was um, they were playing 3-on-3. So and they said if they score first to score, no one could score. The one time I went out there, we were playing. I switched to three on them, so we kept on playing for a little while. It was in. He has. I got his autograph, which is the cool part about the whole story. No, I still have that basketball. Never used it, but I have his autograph on it because it was really cool. That guy was so nice, and that always made me want to play basketball. The other thing was baseball. Was playing that. I have too many funny baseball stories that you guys could laugh your heads off. Especially my HVAC stories. I have too many things that you guys would say, "No way that happened." But that's a whole nother conversation. Basketball is one of my favorite things besides baseball. I used to I love playing basketball. I love playing baseball. That's what I grew up with. Stopped playing soccer because of six stitches and a concussion back in fourth grade. I've been a best pirate for that year. Yeah, no, Beagle. My favorite thing I recently I've started bowling. I've been doing bowling for about 15 years, but I'm not that great with it. Bowling is one of my favorite things I started to go on beforehand. Yeah, at least on St. John's. Yeah, I actually had a Jim Calhoun video back in the VHS showing how to do drills and everything. That was pretty cool. I still have it with at my parents' house, even though VCR is like non-existent in today's world. But I still have it on tape. It's really cool, and actually have a few other things I grew up with my mom that actually, believe it or not, kept some stuff in my childhood I still watched. Now they're all on DVDs and everything, which is really cool, or on Netflix. My neighbor actually taught me a little bit of basketball. My mom taught me a little bit. My uncle went to Wesleyan University. It actually has a scoring record still, and it's the only one I know has a part scholarship. Actually, it was new Bill Belichick back in the day. But that's a whole nother cool thing. But I got to play on that thing for a Catholic basketball league. We did, and I did in eighth grade. It was really fun. But it's been a great night, you guys talking about all this and having Jonathan on. Like I said, everyone had we'll have a great night. I'll try to get on earlier. Try to get on early, maybe Friday if this season's still going on. I'll see if we can go on live with that. I'm just dealing with a lot of fun stuff, like a lot of busyness and craziness in the background. But I am doing better than I thought I would be. The other cat's doing better on the mend, acting normal. Me, I'm just kind of in the state where nothing could go right and everything's just taking too long. But everything will be back better. Have a great night, and I'm s- I'll find you on Facebook, Susan. If you add me, that you can always ask Desire to find my number, me on Facebook because she has me there, and John, I'll get you on Facebook, and I'll create a page for Facebook so you guys have that too. I know CT doesn't really do Facebook, so but I do want to tell you, CT is dealing with some medical issues. Don't worry, he will be back on, and I will tell you this. Merc will be back on the chats shortly, just dealing with something really personal level, and I am not going to go into it with because I respect him so much. Those two, but they will be back. It's just been a crazy 2 or 3 weeks of what's going on in the background, but they are so supporting. I'm talking to them on on messengers. They're not leaving the channel. They're just dealing with some personal problems that like if we all do, but they'll be fine. We'll be all back together shortly, and don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This channel's not going anywhere. It's all about you, the fans, like me and CT said from the beginning. But let's see a good win tomorrow. Let's go Yankees, and we'll have a great night.